Hey everyone, welcome to another Facebook Live. I know it's a bit past 1 o'clock, but you know what? The point is that we are here to help you. So my name is Maria Mejia.
And I'm David Pataki.
And we are at our last fact or fiction.
Well, at least on this series.
On this series.
Yes, we're going to tackle some taxes moving forward. So if you want to learn some more stuff about taxes, stay tuned for our next
series.
Next series. We're not sure how many exactly, but it's going to be at least 7.
At least. So for today's fact or fiction statement, it was...
The recipe for success is to have at least one customer account for at least 15% or more of your business
revenue.
Yep. Business revenue, same thing.
And it is fiction.
Fiction. And why is it fiction, Maria?
It's fiction because David said a fancy word today, which I don't understand because it's a new
concentration risk.
That's it. I'm assuming that's actually 2 words.
Well, it's 2 risks, or it's 2 risks.
It's 2 words.
Wow. We're off to a fantastic start. A little bit of a running start right now. But anyways, so concentration risk in its boiled down form is that too much of one thing is happening, coming from one source. Now, whether it's revenue from a customer, whether it's one salesperson that's bringing in all the sales, or one employee that does most of the work, all those are major concentration risks. But what we're talking about right now is revenue. Now, if you've got a customer that accounts for 15% or more, then what you're doing is that, it's great, especially in the beginning, you find that one customer and they help you get jump started. But the big risk of having one customer that accounts for 15% or more of your revenue is that if you happen to lose that customer for whatever reason, whether they go out of business or whether they change vendors or whatever it is, then you take a huge hit to your bottom line.
So kind of bringing all of our fact or fictions together, especially the last one where we talked about having packages and things like that, being able to price things. So if you have one customer that's on a monthly basis and they are bringing in a majority of your revenue, you need to look at that. Either you need to adjust your prices so that everyone else is paying you more, or you need to go out and find new clients and figure out where in the client's journey are they dropping off.
Well, we've been working with the landscape business on and off throughout our little series here. So let's just use them for an example. So if one of your main customers is maybe the local recreational center, right? Maybe the town's not big enough, so they outsource that, and that turns out to be 20% of your business. So you're doing okay. Year over year, and then the next year, a new startup landscaping company comes into town and offers a lower amount, a lower quote. They accept that, and then wham! Now you're down 20% right at the get-go of your season.
Yeah, that can be pretty crippling for sure. As well, I think something else that can kind of go with it is one aspect of your business. Bring in a majority of that revenue, and if that aspect of your business is hit, like David said, if you're obviously a landscaping company, most of theirs is going to be through lawn maintenance, but is it going to be through residential, commercial lawn maintenance? Are they able to add value into their packages so that other people can't swoop in and steal their clients as well? So look at those different aspects. If a new business came into your industry and they offered kind of just the basic what everyone else is offering, would that be able to steal your clients? And if it did, how much of an impact would that be?
Excellent point, Maria. That's why you're sitting beside me here.
It's not because I have to.
Well, that's good to know. But let's just extrapolate that concentration risk a little bit out further. Clearly, it makes sense. If you have 15% or more on one client, then you're exposing yourself. And conversely, it goes with an employee. So if you have a main employee that is producing like 80% of your work, 80% of the production, you're a serious risk there. But you can protect yourself, obviously. I mean, you don't want to hire extra people just to have them there, and start, affecting your profitability. But what you could do is just make sure that employee is well looked after, compensated properly. Make sure that they've bought into the entire vision of your business and where you want to go. Maybe throw in some incentives for like bonus incentives for a certain amount of whatever it is, production that is done. But just make sure you look after them well and you communicate with them as much as possible.
For sure. Something else that comes to mind is, I kind of touched upon it, was, finding out where your majority of your customers are coming from. Kind of along with the concentration risk is, are your clients coming from one source? For example, right now, are they all coming from Facebook, or are they all coming from newspaper ads? And if one of those pools dry up, well, where are your new customers going to be coming from? So you got to spread out, make sure you have multiple sources of revenue, multiple sources of referrals and things like that.
Right. Now we do talk about, maybe we haven't talked about here, but when we are working with clients, we do take a look at what's working for them, and then we help them pour gasoline on what's working as far as lead generation. But Maria brings up a great point about either Google or for Facebook. Just one change of their algorithm can greatly affect the conversion of your ads. So you got to make sure that you're on top of that and you aren't relying solely on one way to get new customers or new sales.
For sure.
Well, and building the brand loyalty, the relationship building, a few episodes ago we talked about building relationship. Or do you have a process, a customer service process is what we were talking about. And remember that customer process does not stop when they give you their credit card. It should, if you're doing it right, it should go beyond that, whether it's follow-up, whether they go into a nurturing drip campaign to let them know about different promotions that are coming up, or like I said, are you directly reaching out to them, depending on what kind of customer they are, or what kind of revenue that they bring in. You should be looking after your customers.
And, as David said, that it has to be something that's kind of written out, that you have laid out. So if you've been following our series here, we've kind of been challenging you throughout very subtly to have everything written down, have your processes written down, kind of try and figure out where your business's stumbling blocks might be. And definitely for this one, write out, like, who are your customers? How much are they bringing in? What percentage of all your income is that? And then figure out, okay, is it the customers themselves that are making me stay, have them be the 15%, or is it something further back in the process that's making them the 15 or more than 15%?
Well, and you could even build on that. Like if you find out that, again, for the town recreation center is part of your 20% or is your 20%, are there other customers like that you could reach out to, maybe in the next town over or whatever it is. Maybe it's a park, maybe it's a large industrial unit. So look at that and see, okay, if the majority of my, or a large percentage is coming from one customer, what type of customer is that? And are there more of those types of customers in your area that you can market to and perhaps bring on?
Yeah, that's a fount of my knowledge tapped already.
Oh, you're being modest there. There's a lot left inside you, Maria. But on this particular topic, it is a little bit of a straightforward topic for sure. But I think maybe the biggest thing to take out of this is just the concentration risk on anything part of your business, whether it's specific AdWords, whether it's a specific salesperson or a specific employee or a specific customer, make sure you're not exposing yourself. You know, sometimes it's difficult, especially in the beginning. Sometimes it's difficult to avoid that. But as long as you know that it's there, you can prepare for it and plan for it and perhaps change it so that you are protected for the future.
For sure.
Because we're all about helping you grow, helping you miss some of the roadblocks and the pit stops. I guess pit stops. Why not? Potholes. You name it. You know, Marie and I have come across pretty much every one of them, and that's why we're here. You know, we would like you to throw out questions. Again, we're going to be talking about taxes next time or the next series. So if you have any questions, specific questions about taxes you want to know, please send them out. My knowledge of taxes is about maybe this much, and Maria's is, well, the screen's not quite big enough for how much that Maria knows when it comes to taxes. So please put those questions in the comments there, and we'll get Maria, we'll put her on the spot, we'll get her to answer the question or questions, and we'll get you all looked after.
Yep. So, you know, share this with other entrepreneurs or business owners that you know who might benefit from this. And once again, you know, the series is on here as well as on YouTube. So hop onto YouTube, like and subscribe, as well as our podcast.
Podcast!
Where we deep dive more into other aspects.
What episode are we on?
I think
5. I think we're on 5. I think we're on episode 5. This is awesome.
Yeah. So, you know, and, you know, ask us any questions and we'll talk about them, you know, here on Facebook Live as well as on our podcast. So let us know what your concerns are so we can help you resolve them.
Awesome. Yep. Please like, share to anyone that you think might find this slightly amusing or informative. Please send it along, comment, all those fun stuff. You know, we're here to help.
Yep. So we will see you all next time. Have a good one. Oh, almost forgot. Happy American Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yes. Cheers.